Hey, it's MK, and I am joining Mixed Media Frenzy Gals. Every Friday, we put together a layout based off of mixed media. Here's the layout that we will be playing with today, or I should say lifting today. I have some picket fence paper glazes that I have just recently purchased, and I do also have to say that they were gifted to me as well by the lovely Janet. She is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. I have a few pieces from Cocoa Vanilla collection. I believe it's called Boys Rule, or it might also be Legendary. I cannot remember, you guys. I have some teeny tiny little paper clips by Stampin' Up. They're just called mini clips. There they are. And then I have my one single photo, as well as a few pieces from the some assemblage required Etsy shop. Oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. Just a few wood pieces there. And then I have this beautiful Tim Holtz stencil and some Heidi Swapp paper stencils. Now, I'm not really sure exactly what these are called, but I can't wait to use them. And then I picked out some stars and arrows and whatnots, also from Cocoa Vanilla, and I believe these ones came from the Boys Rule collection as well. All right, so to get started, I'm going to take the paper glazes and actually work on my triple color background, but I had to cut my credit card, or it's not really a credit card, it's more like one of those gift card things. I had to cut that down to where it fits inside of these little pots here. So I'm going to try and not really mix or blend the colors, but definitely try to overlap them, because in the sketch, or I should say the layout that we are lifting, it's actually blended together. So the colors were blended, and I don't even know if they used 3 or 4 colors, but I plan on just using the 3. Then I'm going to take the stencil and use the paste, or glaze, I should say, through the stencil. Now, I do have to go and clean the stencil each time. That way it's not gunky underneath or mix the colors as well. And then I definitely just wanted to put a little bit of brick in the background because of my photo. Behind my children are a bricked background where a pellet stove is in this particular restaurant. So while we wait for our food at restaurants, speaking of the photo, my kids always ask to bring books. And so they're always reading at the table and, well, at a restaurant. Not at every table they read, but they do bring the books in case conversation gets a little boring. But they do actually carry on a conversation as well. So I just thought that it was kind of cool to remember this, something maybe they could show their kids in life, that reading is a thing, it's okay to read and whatnot. And I don't know. It's just, I just can't imagine this stage of life being forever. And so I wanted to remember it. Anyways, I took those frames and that one scrap piece of paper and just basically created a messy mat behind my photo. I definitely wanted to put one of the frames around the glare portion of the photo, but not completely cover it up. I didn't want it to be completely obvious. So anyways, I ripped out this stencil, or whatever Heidi Swapp thing it is. I'm not really sure. It's like a delicate paper lace thing. And I went ahead and I ripped out the frame around it, and then I ripped it in half so that way it was wide enough for my piece of paper, or for my background. And then that way I created a little like netting behind my photo. So now I'm going to take this title from the Some Assemblage Required Etsy store, and I am going to tap on the paper glaze. Now, the paper glaze is a green in there, and I can't remember the name of it. Hang on. Oh, so sorry. Oh, it's fern green. So I'm using my finger and just dabbing it on, so that way I also get a little bit of texture with it. And then I'm going to set it off to dry and put a gold base on the rest of the words. And that gold is called Golden Rose. So there is no pink in this gold whatsoever. It is a gorgeous yellow gold as well. And one of these days I'm going to have to put all my golds together and see which one is my favorite. Honestly, that's what I'm going to have to do. But when I put down one of these, I don't The color itself is a little bit too intense. So with the green and the gold, the color is a little bit intense. So what I plan on doing is mixing my colors. So I'm going to take the gold and kind of sort of buff it on top of the green, but I don't want it to be like ombre green to gold. I just wanted it to look dirty with gold, or like the green was painted over the gold type thing, or vice versa, one of the two. So that's where I was going with that. And what's really cool is all of those hills and valleys that I created by pouncing my finger on gave me a rough texture to be able to rub my finger on. And then for the gold words, or the gold letters that I colored gold, I will be doing the whole rub and buff thing with this brown, which is called brown dahlia. Yes. And I love this brown. It is a deep, rich, gorgeous brown. And I am so, so grateful to Janet for getting me these colors and introducing me to these paper glazes. Really, like, I needed more, but still, it's the colors, you guys. Honestly, I thought white was all I ever needed, to be honest. And then I started playing with other colors, and it's like, wow, I didn't need just white. I need them all. So anyways, I will be popping up my photo just so that way this netting that I created kind of floats behind my photo. And then, of course, because I don't know if my fingers are clean or not, I'm just going to use some packaging to press that down. And then I thought I was going to do my splatty bits right now. And then I decided, nope, I want everything else on top. So that way I can get splatty bits on top of some of the elements as well, which I really do like that dimension of the splatty bits being on and around everything instead of just behind in the background. All right, I am also trying to copy the inspiration layout that I have as well. Now, their title over on the left goes up and down sideways, and I didn't really want to do that, in all honesty. Their journaling also goes in the sideways in the color that the mixed media is, which I thought was really awesome. It took me a hot minute to realize that that was the journaling for the layout instead of, just a mixed media portion of the layout. And so I was like, that's really cool, but I definitely don't have that much to say. And I definitely didn't have anything in those colors to create my journaling like that. So I didn't like how it went on the side though. So I decided to do mine, just like a book going left to right. I'm very literal when it comes to something like that. I don't mind putting my stuff on a curve as long as the letters start in the right direction, going left to right. But something going straight up and down like that, I don't know if it's my OCD. I don't know exactly what it is that prevents me from being okay with that, but it's something that I just decided to kind of ignore, and I put the title where their title was, but I did it in my own orientation. So anywho, my huge hourglass, I really, really wanted to use it, you guys. I was so very sad that I was not able to use it at all. So I basically stuck it right here down at the bottom, and it does look good. I really do like it, but it's too big, and I feel like it's going to make my layout too heavy. I definitely was very sad that I could not use it, and I wanted to, pretend like it was on my layout for a few. So I'm basically just leaving it here until I realize that it is just too big, and I will have to leave it off the layout. So I'm going to take all these really cute stars from the Cocoa Vanilla Boys Rule collection, as well as the arrows, scatter them around so they kind of represent the butterflies that are flowing across the page. Now, when I first looked at this sketch, or I'm sorry, I keep calling it a sketch. When I first looked at this layout, I thought the butterflies went from one corner to the other. So when I pulled my elements and had it in my brain of what I was going to do, I was going to have everything go from one side to the other. And then when I started adding my splatty bits, all of a sudden I realized, no, they go straight up and down. Just like the title, just like the journaling, just like the stripes, they go up and down with the layout. And mine ended up going at a diagonal. And so by the time I was done, I was even like, that doesn't even look like the layout that I'm lifting. So should I even well, and I almost didn't share this with you guys because of the fact that it doesn't even look, but it's my interpretation of what I thought the sketch looked like. All right, so I finally got to add my splatter, and I don't know why, but the splatter just finishes everything off. It just makes it feel like it's done, But I did want to put in a tiny little word because that is what is in the sketch, is over on the right bottom corner of the photo. They have that cute little word going on. So I decided to add a couple little tiny word stickers as well. And that is it. Here is the final piece of my mixed media. And it definitely was a frenzy. I felt like I was going a million miles a minute trying to put this layout together, but I just had a blast. I love the brick portion of my background being very, very seen outside of my photo. And I really am glad that they stuck out more than I expected them to. I actually thought that they were going to be a little bit more tucked underneath the photo. And so I'm really happy with the way that it looks. And I'm happy with my interpretation of this layout that we have scrap lifted. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with the Mixed Media Frenzy Friday Gals. Wow, that's a mouthful. All their links are down below, and I will see you guys next Friday. All right, bye.